Okay, so what is the configuration transaction code? It is SPRO. So if you want to do any customizing and configuration, you need to be go with the SPRO here. Okay, from here, what you need to do, either it might be you have to go ahead for the MetaMaster card. This is the configuration which we discussed already, and for this vendor master card, okay, this is the configuration from vendor master card. You can see that from here. These are the configuration for the vendor master card. Okay, so in the configuration, if you're talking about the vendor configuration, when we discussed yesterday, so we have the partners, right? So partner functions will be there. Okay. So each and every partner, it will be working as their own functionality. Suppose the main vendor will be different, or might be the goods supplier will be different, and invoice present by different. Okay, so might be the main vendor have the different vendors, different vendors are there. Those are the working as a partners. Okay, suppose let's example. Okay, I have suppose Amazon is there. Suppose Amazon is the main vendor. Okay, so here if you're talking about order received by, who will be taking order? So Amazon will be taking it by order. Then who will be supplying the goods supplier? This might be some other vendor number, vendor XYZ. Suppose let's say vendor XYZ. Okay, then might be invoice present by. Okay, so invoice will be present by some let's say some third party which is banking sector. Some, let's say, assume that there might be some payroll company. Okay, and pay. So to whom we need to pay the amount? Maybe some bank. Okay, so there may be these are the third party finance company. So if the company have the multiple, they have the maybe multiple partner functions. So those cases, what we can do, we can go ahead like this one. So it's like a partner, third party finance is company like maybe Phone Pay, Google Pay, or Paytm. Okay, some pay job, something we are getting so many other options, right? When you are paying the amount. So those third party companies, they are taking care about the payment, and they will be processing from the bank to the company, right? So it depends on the client to how they are. It depends on the vendor how they are going with the partners. So this, if you want to do this in the SAP system, so there will be a partner determination process. It is there. So in the partner determination process, what will happen? Okay, so you need to be configure that what account group level. So first initially you have to be do at account group level. Account group level, what are the partners we need to be allowed? Okay, like here, if you see that ordering address, this is OA, suppose this is OA, ordering address and goods supplier invoice presented by payee. Okay, so PY, this is a PY. Okay, so like what are the partners which we are allowing for the account group? Okay, so that you need to be configured first for your customized account group. Then, and what are the mandatory, what are the optional, like, so suppose let's say in this four, might be some vendors have the ordering address different, maybe some vendors have the goods supply different, but some cases it's not mandatory because they have the main vendor only he is taking care, but the main vendor is the same. So in this case, what will be happen? The main vendor is it's mandatory, but other is optional. When you're creating a vendor master card, if you have the partners, okay, additional partners are there, you are adding into the main vendor. If they don't have the partner function, then you will not be entering. So that mandatory and optional, that you have to be again you need to be intimate to the system that okay, this partner function is mandatory while creating the vendor master card. Okay, and this partner functions, whether you should be allowing at the PO level. So now whatever we discussed here, this is the vendor master card level what partner schema you are creating. Maybe you are creating at Pacha organization level, you are creating at a sub-range level, okay? But now at a at PO level, in case at PO level, whether what document type level, if you want to be add separate partners, that also you can add in the configuration level. So let's go to this one. So this we call it a partner determination process, partner schema, okay? So if you go to the vendor account group, okay, if I'm just going to that vendor account group, let's go to inside. There is a partner schemas are there at patch organization level, at sub-range level, at alternative plant level. Okay, so you already have idea about, right, what is the patch organization level, what sub-range level, what is the alternative plant level, right? Did you remember that this is vendor sub-range level? We already discussed about this one. If we have a multiple, the same vendor is uh, playing different roles at purchasing level. That means he is maybe selling from the other country and he is selling from the other countries. But maybe in those cases, maybe purchasing data will be different. Suppose he is supplying from Nepal, he is supplying from India, he is supplying from the Sri Lanka. So might be the same vendor he is supplying from the different areas. Then we can maintain the different sub ranges for this vendor, and we'll be maintaining separate purchasing data for the each and every area. Okay, so that will be if the vendor sub range should be work. That means if the vendor have the multiple ranges, then you need to be select here vendor sub range. And again at a plant level relevant. That means each plant level, if it is a different purchasing data, might be from Delhi. It is a different terms and conditions, payment terms, shipping instructions, salesperson, and if it is from the Hyderabad, it is a different person. Those cases, if you want to be maintained at each plant level, that you will be maintaining here by selecting this one. Then in the vendor master record, when you're creating, you have the option like for the alternative pay, okay, different plant level, the data you can maintain, okay, and this number ranges which we are maintaining in the here we are maintaining the number ranges. So the first we need to be define the interval. For this interval, we are assigning to the number range for the group. What group you need to be entered? That is capturing here. Okay, so this is one. And if you're talking about this one-time account, okay, if you remember that one-time account, so these are the vendors, not regular vendors. So okay, we are instantly we are buying some product from these vendors. Okay, so in this case, okay, we don't need to be maintained all the vendors who are irregular vendors. So these vendors might be I'm purchasing based on my requirement. So those cases, what we'll do, will be will not be create any vendor master record for them for every time. We'll be using the dummy vendor account number for dummy vendor account number for creation of the purchase orders. So once I created a vendor number, dummy vendor number, that vendor number I'm using for the instant purchasing. So for this purchase order number, whatever it is the one-time vendor address that we are maintaining manually in the PO level. So when the PO is closed, the vendor also, the vendor address, whatever the vendor address which you are maintained, that is closed. Next time when you're creating new PO, again you need to be entered that vendor address. Might be he's a different vendor. Okay, so nearest to some instant vendors which is irregular vendors. Okay, so that's the purpose of the one-time account. Okay, and this is field selection control. Here in this field selection control, what are the fields which we need to be do suppress and the required and optional entry and display depends on the client requirement. You can do the each and every tab, each and every screen. Okay, you have the different fields are there. You can either put like optional hide and whatever you want to be captured at. Okay, and this is the partner schemas which we are planning to discuss now. Okay, so these are the account group controls which we already discussed earlier. But if you have still doubts, just write me. I will repeat that, or else we'll go for the partner schemas.
Sir, we can assign roles to the vendor, right?
We can assign the
Role.
authorization role. Which roles you are talking about?
Yeah, authorization roles.
Yeah, we can. So every configuration or any master data which is having the authorization role, okay, the SAP security team, they will be creating the they have the standard authorization roles, okay. So they will be using that based on the authorization role. They will be adding the account group, or it may be adding the some, maybe suppose I'm the user, so I can have the only access to create the vendor master card for the particular vendor account group. So then they will be assigning that particular role, particular account group into my role. Okay. That is again, it will be authorization profile. Okay.
For configuration purpose, the console will not do that. The authorization role creation and the role of the
No, we will
supplier
not do.
finance
No,
record.
we will not do. These all
Okay.
SAP secret people only will do. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So the authorization completely it will be from the security people only. So you need to be intimate that what what level you need to do. Okay, what level you want to be controlled, that they will do it. Okay, either they have the transaction levels and account group level, document type level. So they have multiple options in the authorization level. So those they will be selecting that. Okay, if suppose PO particular document type NB, so I can do only for the document type NB. Other document types I cannot create a PO. So that again it will be authorization. Okay, clear?
Yeah. Okay, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now let's go to the partner definition. Okay. So now you understand, right? What is the vendor account group controls, right? So I think we already had a discussion. So if anyone have the doubts, you just let me know, or else we'll go for the partner determination. Can you go ahead for the partner determination?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. Okay. Let me go with the partner determination. We separate partner determination concept is there. Where exactly it is there? Okay, here partner determination is there. Okay, so from here, first you need to be define your partner role. Okay, if you want to be go ahead with the customization, you can go ahead. Standard, we have some customization like some standard VN is the vendor, main vendor. Okay, and OA the ordering address. So what do you mean by ordering address? So whenever you creating the purchase order, this purchase order will be going to particularly this ordering address, who will be a vendor. Okay, so this has the completely and ST we have solved a part of the functions. It is not only for it is also for the other areas also it is there. You can see here LI is the vendor related, and ST also they have separately. Okay, so like you can see here, ours are the vendor. Okay, maybe from the ST side customer KU. Okay, so there are multiple other areas like work center from PP. Okay, HR contact person from HR, organization unit HR, so position HR, user HR, shipping point ST. Okay, so like we have different areas. So they are using here partner types, partner functions. So from here we are especially taking about the ally related. So if you see that vendor, main vendor, it is ally. Okay, and again if you go to ordering address, Okay, then it is LI. Okay, and invoicing present by, then it is LI. Okay, and goods supplier GS. So again it is a LI, and pay PY. Again it is okay, payer this. There will be payee also it is there. Let me take a print out first. Okay, so if so many people they are created, ordering, delivering plant, and ordering and invoicing present by, and where is the PPP related? PA, I think something PR, P. It is not there, but some generally it should be payee also we have. Payer is different, payee is different. Okay. So from LI side, we also we have the some payee or something. Yeah, but it's okay. From that is again it will be come to the finance side, right? That's okay. But this is the partners we can use. Okay, so majorly these are the partners we are using from our point of view. Okay, let's see PA. PA is the somebody deleted me. Let's see. It's already there. Okay, PA work center. Something it is there. Okay, but here it is not there. Okay, so maybe we can create our own customize also. Okay, whatever we need we can create. And now this is for the particular languages. Okay, which language it is like suppose VN is there. Okay, it's if suppose the language specific partner functions are there, you can mention that. Okay, so maybe Chinese or something, Nepal, something which is different partner. That is language dependent. Okay, anyway, it's not important here. Okay, in this step, you can change the identifier for a predefined partner to identify your language. Okay, so if it is language Germany LF and the vendor it is VN. Okay, so maybe what will be happen here? In case of other areas, maybe the client they are using for some other areas. Okay, suppose they are using in the suppose see here this option. In the German language it is LF, but in English it is VN. So this is a German to India conversion. So if they especially log into Germany, they can use the LF, but especially when we log in into the VN English, then we can use the VN. So like that, there might be have the different conversions. Okay. So it's a language dependent. And now here, if you see that we end up vendor account group level. So when you created your customized own vendor account group, what you need to do, you need to be allowing for this vendor account group, whether this vendor these vendor partners, that means partner functions, which is allowing for the particular your customized vendor account group. So if suppose you create something like OMSG, okay, let's go to OMSG. I'm trying to create some vendor master card. Okay, so I'm just creating that some vendor account group. I'm just trying to create that vendor account group. So what's planning now? I'm just creating some JDABC. Okay, so okay, so suppose let's say this is something like service related, something like okay. I'm just creating. So when I just created this one, suppose I just need to use my own partner's functions here. So what you want to do here, the first you need to do whatever it is created, the vendor the partner functions, okay, or standard partner functions that you should be allowing for the this vendor account group. So since we are copied from the existing, right? Let me check that whether it is assigned automatically or not. Get ABC. If it is not assigned, what you need to do? So it is not assigned. So what you need to do? You have to go with the VN and get ABC. Okay. Then ordering address. Then get ABC and invoice presented by get ABC. Okay. And suppose code supplier, again get ABC. Okay. And if anything which is relevant to suppose transport related, okay, or maybe freight related, freight agent also to be there. So forwarding agent, okay, that also we can assign for this one, forwarding agent. That means who will be the freight vendor here. So when I'm just assigning this one, okay, so the system will be allowing that, okay, for this vendor account group, whatever we are creating vendor master card, that vendor numbers can allow these functions. Okay, you can assign these functions in the vendor master card. Okay, so this is the one partner roles. Once you define that here, okay, you need to be create your own partner schema. Okay, so might be you can create your own partner schema by copying from the existing also. Okay, what will be happening is, okay, what are the partners should be allowed, and if anything which is assigned in the vendor master card, whether we can change at the time of PO level. Okay, if it is not changed, then we cannot change. So that means he is always the partner, so he will not be changing that. But if you case, if you are not selected, then still if you want to change, you can change at the further document type level. And mandatory, this is mandatory. So which we already discussed, right? Mandatory is nothing but like a without entering this uh, partner function in the vendor master card, the system will not allow to create the vendor master card. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now, so I'm creating that my own vendor master record. Okay, my partner schema. Suppose I'm just creating my own partner schema like ZA. Okay, I'm just creating that, and it is for the testing purpose. I'm just creating, or it is main vendor. Let's say looking for the main vendor. So copy all this one and save. So now we'll go to the here, and I'm just looking into that. So my partners are allowed or not. So VN it is there. The ordering address it is there. I don't need other persons. Suppose invoicing present by contact person we don't need. Contact address and go supplier and apply responsible. I'm just deleting this one. We don't need. So I'm just removing this also. Okay, I'll show you how it will be impacting. So now we created my own partner determination here, partner schema. So this partner schema, what we are doing, we are assigning in the my account group. Whatever my customized vendor account group, it is already open vendor account group control. So let's open this one. Okay. Okay. Now I can assign directly here. I can assign from here also, or we can assign from there also. So I need to come back from here, this configuration. Okay. And now I'm just going to here. Okay. Now my ABC is the my vendor account group. Here, what we are doing for the EKWG, that means purchase organization level. This is main vendor, right? So here I'm just assigning that my own customized partner schema. So the same way we can create at vendor sub-range level. We can create at alternative pair, alternative plant level. Okay. So those also we can create vendor separate partners, whatever it is required. Okay. So now I can see this same which we assigned here. Okay. And I can see in the vendor account group level also it is assigned automatically. So from there only it is capturing here. So that ABC which I created, right? That ABC, I can see that the day it is updated. Okay. So now when we creating the vendor master card, the system will be checking this partner schema. Based on the partner schema, the system should be allowed these partners or not. That will be captured here. So let me create that one vendor number. Okay, let's go to I need it to purchasing level, right? So let's go to MK01. Okay, I'm just entering that my XYZ or something. Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm just creating that. Okay, so now in the purchasing data, okay, so when I'm just entering in the partners here, so in this partners roles, okay, it will display that whatever we created there, okay, whatever it is assigned of partners functions, that will be copied here. So since I didn't mention this as a partner as a important, that means I didn't mention that this partner is mandatory. So based on our client requirement, might be the vendor. Based on the records, you can might be maintain the partner functions here, or it is not. It is not necessary. It is optional. Okay, it is allowing. If you want to be maintained, you can allow. You can maintain, or else it is optional only, because we didn't mention that it is mandatory. Where exactly in this partner schemas, while we creating the partner schemas, I didn't mention that this is the not, it is mandatory. The partner function is the partner, it is mandatory. Okay. If it, I'm just putting mandatory, then it default it will be coming that without entering this data, the system will not accept the creation of window master card. Okay. So you need to be enter the vendor number. Let's say suppose the main vendor is 1000. Okay. So again, that vendor already should be valid and it should be already created in the system. Okay. Then only it should be allowed. Okay. See now when the vendor is valid, but it is not created in the purchase organization, because we are in the purchase organization JDBC, right? So it should be in the same purchase organization. Let's see what are the vendors which is created in the this purchase organization. Those only it will be accepted. So I'm just going to this one purchase organization. So accept as of now we didn't create any purchase organization, any vendors here. So I'm just removing this one. I'm saving this one. Okay. Now you can see here. This is the vendor number. Okay. Now let's go to here. Let me try now the same number which we can assign or not. Okay. So he's the main vendor. Okay. So maybe if you have other partners are there, you can assign the other partners as well. So now what we are doing now, I'm just putting this is a mandatory. Suppose VN is a mandatory. So I'm just creating that one more vendor master record. What is the difference? You can just see that here. I'm just creating one more vendor number. Okay. You see here, now automatically it is coming defaultly because I just put in as a mandatory. Okay, then once I save this one, the system will automatically capturing this data, the vendor must record data automatically from whatever it is creating, that it will be taken from the automatic default. So this is a mandatory field. Because of that, the system default it is coming. Okay, and no change. In case no change means what will be happen when you creating the PO. I'm just creating that. Suppose let's say I'm just creating. Okay, now see here, it is coming gray out. That means we cannot change. That means defaultly the system will take that. When it is created automatically, it will come update as the same number, whatever it is creating here. Okay, but if it is not selected, no change. Okay, so you can still update that manually if it a vendor VN is different. Okay, that means the main vendor is different, then you can update that is in the this vendor master card. But here, if we selected that no change, that means it is automatically updated as a whatever the system proposing that the internal number. Okay, that main vendor will be automatically updated. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, so this is for the partners. Okay, and this for the partners. And now coming to purchasing document level, the PO level, if you want to be go ahead for the document level. So here also you can create for the contracts and so particularly POs, standard POs and stock transporters, some consumer POs. So how you want to be go ahead if you have the separate partner schema that you can define here. Okay, and what partners should be allowed, what partners should not be allowed, so that you can put it here. Okay, and the same thing which you can assign to the your document type. In case if you created document type ZNB, suppose let's say my document type is ZNB. So document category is, if it is PO, it is F. If it is a RFQ, then A. Okay, so you should know about this one. If it is A document category, it is a RFQ. If it is F, that is a purchase orders, contracts and schedule agreements, purchase orders, RFQ for external documents. All it is like a F only. So why? Because table level, if you see that all these documents it is saving the EKPO, EKKO table. So how the system will understand that whether it is a normal purchase order or contract purchase order, contract, or it is schedule agreement or RFQs. Okay, based on the category, based on the document category, the system will understand that whether it is a whether it is RFQ or it is purchase order or it is a schedule agreement. If it is schedule agreement L, and if it is contract case. Okay, just correction in this one. So we have like contract, schedule agreement, and purchase order and RFQ. So all these four documents will be saved in the EKKO, EKPO table only. So if you want to be differentiate the document number, if you want to be differentiate that, how we can find from the table level, what are the contracts which is created, what are the schedule agreements which is created, what are the purchase orders which is created, what are the RFQs which is created based on the document category. So there is a field, it is there in the EKPO table or EKKO table at header level, right? This is so in the header level you can go to EKKO table. In the EKKO table, okay, the document category. Okay, you can go to document category, it is there. Here you can see that I'm just selecting the F. Okay, RFQ and purchase orders and contract segment depends on these four. The system will understood that okay, you want to be see that only contracts, whether you want to be see only for the schedule agreements, you want to see that only for standard purchase orders. So how you want to see that? That you can see here based on the document category field. Okay. So this is the one. Okay, now if you created any document type, then for this document type, If you want to be assigned your partner schema, that partner schema you can assign. So sometimes what will happen in case if you don't want to be change anything, okay, that means whatever vendor master card it is capturing, the same it will be captured here in the purchase order, okay. So then there is no change. If it is no change, if you not selected no change, then you can manually select that. You can change the manually partner number in the PO level also. The same way mandatory, wherever it is mandatory, it is level, okay, which is mandatory. And this end and all, it is not required from our end. It is. If you set this indicator, the partner roles will be suggested from the vendor master record. Okay, that means if you're not checking in the PO level, okay, if it is already created in the vendor master record level, that will be suggested. Okay. Okay, so it's dependency, what it is dependence. Okay, and in case if you're not selected, and this is for the again might be partner determination search at higher level. So determines that during partner determination, the system also searching the allocated partners at purchase organization level when no partners are maintained at plant or vendor sub-branch level. Okay, so that means it is like if you maintain the vendor sub-branch level, if you maintain that plant level, alternative plant level, that is a priority. In case if you not maintain at these two level, the system will obviously it will be take from the purchase organization level. Okay, so the system continues searching the at a higher level, that is purchase organization, if no partners can be determined at a given level. Okay, so this is the just level how such functionality will be work, how the system will be searching. Okay, so any questions in this one? Any questions in this one? Are you there?
Yes, sir. No.
Okay, so let me create the one document type also. Okay, anyway, we just here only, right, in the yesterday. So how we can create the document type here? If you go to the purchasing purchase order level, okay, in the purchasing, if you go to purchase order level, okay, I can create that my own document type here. Okay, just let's say suppose NB document type is there. I'm just copying this one and I'm creating that my own document type JDB. Okay, so this I'm just assuming that, okay, this is the like PO type of what type of the document POs here might be some consumables or something like consumables PO. Okay, I'm just creating consumables PO. I'm just copying this one. Okay. So when consumables PO it is there, so what we can do by using this JDB, okay, for partners, if you want to be allow the partners, which partnership should be allowed, what partnership should not be allowed. Okay, so those again from the partner determination level, you are assigning at the material management level. So go to material management and purchasing. In this purchasing, go to the partner determination. Okay, and purchase organization, and here first you need to be check that whether you want to be create any customized one. Okay, let's go to partners. Just want to create something like ABC. Okay, ABC partner schema. I'm just copying all. Okay, so for this JDBC partner schemas, what should be allowed? Suppose I don't want to allow all these things. I need only based on the my configuration. I just only for ordering address and vendor and invoice presented by forwarding agent and sub carrier. Okay, so I'm just deleting all these things and I should be allowed only for this one. Okay, so then I'm just assigning this partner schema to my partner. Okay, my this already document type it is open, right? I'm just go back. Then I will go here. I'm just checking here the partner should be. So what is that? My document category F and my ZAB. Sorry, ZABC, right? ZAB. Okay. Now here I'm just assigning my partner schema which I created. Okay. So now what will be happen when you creating the with this document type NB, sorry, ZAB document type, and while creating PO. ZAB consumables PO. Okay, my what are the vendor which we created last time? Let's say this one. Now go to the partners here. Okay, so it will be copied from the here. And if you want to be add anything which manually, okay, so that you can add here. Okay, by using the suppose I'm just creating invoice presenter by the some other one. Okay, so I'm just creating this one 160.3 something which is okay. Then again ordering address. Okay, so like I'm just assigning my vendor partners here. Okay, but why it is coming grayed out when because we assign this is the mandatory and it is copying from the existing from the vendor master card. So there is no change here. If you see that no change in the vendor BN. So that's why it is we could not able to change here because it is grayed out because of the why it is not change. Okay, clear? Is it clear? And how it will be works here? Okay, let's go to the first. We'll go one pivot creation 160, and let's see that what are the materials which we created in this plant. Okay, everyone is my plant, and executing this plant, and this is the material number. Okay, and get ABC. Is it? Get ABC is not purchase this. Okay, let's see. And in that case, what we can do, can put it like ZAB1. Okay, so this is not created. First, we'll create a in the ZAB1 or we'll assign the configuration for this ZABC to ZAB1 also. Okay.
The day B1 is planned.
Yeah, correct. I'm just checking that. Again, I'm just checking that. So JDB1 is not responsible for the JDBC. Okay. So then what we need to do, we need to be assigned this purchase organization here. Okay, then I think we need to be assigned at the purchase organization level. Let me remove here. So now let me create again. Okay, now, so I am assigning this one. So for this, whatever it is required. So now in this case, what will happen? The partners level. Okay. So what we did here, what we
Need to
did.
assign some
Sorry.
need to assign some more partners to do for invoicing and ordering.
Okay. How it is working, right? Okay. So now the ordering address, while doing this one, okay, I'm just assigning this ordering address is OA and invoice presented by one, how it is working, and goods supplier is, suppose I'm just mentioning that. So let's see if I created anything which is okay. Let's see whether this RAM stores, it is not my vendor, I think. It is not my vendor. Let's see. MK widget. In MK widget, you can check that what are the vendors which is created as of now for this purchase organization. I think we have created only 3. Okay, let's see. I can assign some 03. Let's assume that I'm getting the goods supplying goods from the same vendor and invoice presented by also same. Okay. So now what will happen in this scenario? If you see that the ordering address is the ordering address is other vendor. He is the main vendor, but the orders will be taken care by balloon dealer. He is taking directly this whatever orders we are receiving for the particular this vendor. Whatever orders which they are receiving, all these orders will be received by this balloon dealer. So how it will be works here, when you are communicating this purchase orders to this information to vendor, okay, there it is impacting. That means this information will go to the main ordering address vendor. So where it is exactly how we are sending this information to the vendor, either you can take the output or either you can send them telephone or like telex or fax or something like. So that based on those medium, you are sending this information to vendor, right? So in the messages, what will be happen? Okay, if I go to change, okay, in the messages, what can happen when you are maintaining this one? Okay, suppose this is not there, somebody they changed all this. This is also not there. So, okay, just new it there. Okay, so when you are communicating this one, okay, so what you need to do, you need to be communicate the ordering address here. Okay, so there's somebody they deleted this output determination. Okay, so here the point is when we are communicating to the this purchase order output, okay, it is especially you are sending to the instead of you are sending to main vendor, you are sending to the who will be the ordering address to whom okay, you are sending. So again here the we need to do configuration for the output determination. Okay, let's see. I just quickly we can check that NACE. Okay, and NACEF. Don't know why they are changing standard and all. If they want to do, they have to do practice, but why they are deleting and all. So NEO is a standard. Okay, this document type. Okay, let's see this document type in the conditions of why just okay 1 minute. Then let's see procedure level. Okay, what procedure it is assigned. Okay, you have to create a so many procedures are there, but which procedure it is assigned for this document type KTAB. In this scenario also, let's say this is partner routines and this is the partner functions which you are allowing here. And now what I need to check here, why it is capturing only those it is coming. Okay, so there's someone they changed that. Yes, somebody changed that something. The standard and all also they are changing.
They are changing the Z into I thought.
Yeah, actually they should not be changed. Why they are changing all these things? Now let me configure this one. So purchasing organization is the ABC and the ordering address and medium type and English languages communication method. In the same way, I can create get ABC PN also for the main partner and English language. Let me save this one. Let me check that first how it is capturing. So we'll go to emit and one end, and again I'm just trying to create that. So, no, again I'm just doing ordering address supply. Check that why it is coming only get any why it is not allowing anything. So the schema group they are changing. So let's go to inside the program first, configuration level. Let me check that in the configuration level, right? Change anything. So you can the metal management, and that is again coming to the purchasing. The purchasing again output determination. This is also one concept, output determination. So where is this output determination here? Messages. In this messages, output control, and this output control. Okay, let's see. This output is changed. This region, okay. Okay, so now you know. So here I don't think anything changes here. So this is sequence and this is the one. Okay, this is okay. And languages okay. And process routines are okay. And partner roles also it is okay. Now the output types. They didn't delete the output type. So these are the changes for where what changes it should be reflected, what changes it should not be reflected. So then after this done, schemas. In the schemas, what we need to do, we need to check that maintain the schema for this one. So we have RMBEF1. Okay, in this RMBEF1, okay, they change this all. Okay, that's fine. I can use this condition type NEU. Since it is a standard one. Okay. We use once, okay, where it is already there. Okay, NEU already it is there. Okay, no problem. Then coming to down assign schema group to purchase order. So in here they assigned only this new procedure. Okay, this unit will change. So this unit will change and you need to be assigned the standard one, which is RMBF1. Okay. Even an RMBF1 actually this is a standard one, but even the standard also they change, but it's okay. I'm just assigning my standard one. Okay, I'm just going again. Lesson ME21 and okay, JDIB. Then okay, and the partners, what we are doing here, we just again validating here because we didn't and maintain the vendor master card, right? If you are maintaining in the vendor master card, then it will become automatically. So ordering address and goods supplier will be the let's assume that this is the 602, right? Yeah, and again IP invoice price invoice 602. Okay. So what will be happen now? So let's see in the messages communication. Now, if you see that this is coming automatically the ordering address. Okay. So the NEU which is coming automatically with the ordering address here because my ordering address is the PO should be communicated to ordering address, right? Why? Because he is planning to he is receiving the orders to the this main vendor. So in that case, we are communicating to this vendor, not this vendor. We are communicating this PO to this vendor because he is taking the orders. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Clear. Sir, without doing a change, we cannot see the order status. I mean, message types.
Without, sorry, without?
Without doing a change, we cannot see the message types.
I didn't get you. Without changing?
Without changing the PO, means once we are creating the PO, we are done the change, right?
Uh-huh.
After that only you are checking the message only.
No.
Without
I'm,
doing that,
when I'm creating only, I'm just checking. Not at change level.
okay. If I forgot to message, once I done the
No,
PO, can I do it?
here it is automatically captured, right? This is I didn't enter because somebody they changed the configuration. So because of that, it is not reflected earlier. But when I'm just changing the configuration, it is automatically coming, right? I didn't change anything. I didn't add anything here manually.
Yeah,
Coming automatically. And this is the first time I'm creating. See here, I'm just creating first time. I didn't change any existing PO. If you see that, I'm just going to again, I'm just creating a ME21N. While creating only, okay, as of now, whatever we did, we just checking that why the messages are not coming. So I just to go to configuration level, I just change the configuration because somebody they changed that. So while creating the PO itself, okay, I'm getting these messages automatically. If you see that I didn't enter manually. So I did only for configuration. Clear?
yeah, clear.
This is the right, you are the out, right? But it will come
Yeah,
automatically or you have to enter manually, right?
yeah, find out.
Yeah. So how it will come automatically? Okay. So there will be a condition records. If you see here, in this condition records, okay, particularly output type, if you maintain that any of these combinations, if you maintain that, okay, based on this document type, so I maintain JDABC purchase organization. For this JDABC, this is the mandatory. This purchase organization and this is a function, partner function, and this is one. So that's why it is coming automatically. If you are not maintain this condition record, then it won't come automatically. You have to be maintain this condition records also. This is a completely different process, output determination process. So we'll discuss this process when we're talking about a output determination. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, and here the communication methods. Okay, this is the standard one, LP1 and LOCL. This is standard for testing purpose, but in the real time, what will be happen? The SAP, so the your company, your client have their own printer devices. That devices you need to be assigned here. Okay. Now and again, whether you want to be immediately processed or you want to be generate auto separately this printout and all, that is the option here. It is there. If you select a rod, then you need to be generate the output separately. Printout you need to be take separately. If you are selected this one, what will be happen? The system automatically send this information once it is saved. If I'm saving this PO, what will be happen? The system automatically send this information to the printer, whatever the printer it is assigned here, and it is coming green. That means it is successfully processed. That is the information already processed to printer. So directly you can go and you can take it the print there. But if you care, in case if you are not mentioned this, so automatically immediately, and if you are mentioning this application one transaction, then you have to be manually run the ME9F. You have to run the ME9F. So that is the for the printout, message printout, whatever POs which is it is already processed, right? So if I just go to last PO, I think this is not a process. One PO which is processed automatically, one PO which is not processed. Let's see 440. Okay, so this is still not processed. Okay, so then that's why it is coming. Because why? Because the purchase order I just mentioned that this is the further data is one transaction. That means I will be processing this separately. I don't want to be generated automatically. Okay, then I will be going to ME9F. I'm generating my output here. Okay, from once it is generated, then automatically it will go to the printer. Clear?
Yeah, clear. Or else we can schedule a job and according to that job only they will.
That's again it's different. Again, it depends on client. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the way we can take it the output. Okay, now where we are in the checking the partner determination, right? In the partner determination, what will happen here for 440, right? This is 440 when we created for the testing purpose. Okay. So 440 I'm just 440. This 440 what we did, the first thing ordering address we have maintained. So because of the ordering address we maintain, it is going to particular order address, it is capturing and it is sending that information to vendor. Now while I am receiving the stock, while doing MIGO, okay, my main vendor is 10604, right? The main vendor is 10604. So generally, normally how it will be happen when we receiving the goods, we will receive from this vendor, right? But in this case, he already informed that I'm not goods supplying. So my partner he will be supplying the goods. So when I'm just using this goods receipt and purchase order, okay. I'm just doing this one. Okay, what will be happen here? The partner information fishy at the supplying vendor is balloon vendor. That means 602. He is supplying the goods, not main vendor. He is the main vendor is different, but here you are receiving the goods from the this vendor, supplying vendor. That means 10602. Why? Because the GS which we are updated has 10602. Okay, clear? So did you understand where exactly the difference? The partner determination when we are maintaining this one.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So now the invoice present by. So when we receiving the invoice and when we are doing this invoice, so what will happen again? It won't be take the main vendor. It will be taking the vendor of the what partner it is maintained in the invoicing present by. So again for this. Okay, number ranges are not maintained. What number is it? Is 49. 49 which is sorry. You already there, right? The DABC, the vendor. Okay, sorry, the DABC, right? Okay, sorry. So for this JDABC, what is the number range interval? 49. So 49, where is the 49? So I just seen that 49, which is maintained only till 2015. So the current year it is not maintained. So we need to be maintained this number range again. So 49 in 2022 and number range. So this is a finance related, accounting related. So don't worry about this one. Okay, now I just maintain. Now it will be asking that who is the invoicing presented by. So who is my invoice presented by here? 600402, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we didn't extend to company code data, right? So that's why it is coming like one. So what we'll do, we'll go to FK01. We created only purchasing data, right? We didn't create the company code data, right? So account internal assignment number, which is leave blank. Okay, now this is number range, which is Okay, we cannot give the number range because it is already okay. So I think in this case, what we need to do, we need to be create at a time only. When we creating when it is internal number range, you have to be create at a time for the external number range for company code level and plant level. So we created only Pacha organization data level, right? That's why it's coming. So what we'll do, we'll create this was 605. So we'll assign this 605 in the PO level. V22. Spreading by we creating 05, right? Okay. So now I'm just doing the MIRO. So if you suppose if you see that the automatically it is coming 100605. Even if I have the multiple 602, 603, 604, the main vendor also is different, but still it is taking the 605. Why? Because the my invoicing presented by is the vendor IP invoice presented by is 605. Okay. So based on the process level, okay, based on the process level, the system will be taking that who is the vendor, the partner. Based on that partner, it will be working that. Okay, clear?
Okay,
Is it
yes,
clear? Okay. So this is the way we will be doing the partner functions. Okay. So any questions here? You can see here in the details. In the details, if you can see that this is the vendor invoice 100,600. But if you see that the purchase order which is created under 604, but if you go to the invoice presented by which is showing 605, because he is invoicing presented by is 605. Okay. Clear?
okay, clear.
So okay, guys, then anything else? So yeah.
Can you show the